Today's video is going to be a tutorial featuring the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette. I have been loving this palette so much. I highly recommend it. I love the shade selection and the quality of it is phenomenal. Too Faced did such a great job with this palette. Yes. Also, I put up this mirror behind me finally, but it was really bugging me when I first started filming because I was like moving around and you can see like my reflection, and I don't know why. It was just like a distraction. So I put up this little print here for now until I can find, a better solution. So I hope that doesn't bug you guys, and we're just taking things one day at a time over here. So with that said, let's start off with primer. I lied. I'm first gonna pin my hair back. I'm going to start off by priming my skin using the Makeup Forever Step 1 Hydrating Primer because my skin has been so extremely dry lately, so I love to use this because it's almost like a second moisturizer. For foundation, I'm going to use the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup. Mine is in the shade 1W1 Bone. I love this foundation. It used to be one of my absolute ride or dies, and I've just gotten back into using it and I have been loving it again. It is super high coverage, and I think people who have oily skin really like this foundation, so that is definitely something to keep in mind if you need a little bit of oil control. And I know this foundation looks quite yellow on my skin, but don't worry guys, once we have bronzer and powder and everything else, it's gonna be just fine. It really is. I'm going to use my Makeup Forever Ultra HD Invisible Cover Concealer for my under eye area. This is in the shade Y23, and this is actually my first time using it because I originally had ordered Y21 and it just was way too light, so I went and exchanged it. And so here we are. You guys are just getting the live first impressions. That is just a great concealer. It really is. I'm now going to set that concealer using my Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette. This highlighting shade in this palette has become my new favorite. I absolutely love it. It is super creamy and it is so affordable, and they have more than this shade. There's one that has more of a yellow undertone to it if that's what you need, but I highly recommend it. I haven't really been using the contour shade that much, but the highlighting shade, I'm going to take my Smashbox Powder Foundation. I love this, as you can tell, and I just like to use my little Tarte Kabuki brush, and I'm just going to go into those areas where I need a little bit of extra coverage. And I also like it because it sets my face, and so when I go in with bronzer and blush and all the other products, it just makes everything go on a lot nicer. And yeah, this powder foundation, if you use it alone or on top of the liquid foundation, is awesome. It's my fave. It's my fave. I'm going to use two bronzers today. I'm going to start off with my NYC Smooth Skin Bronzing Face Powder and taking this brush from Tarte. I forget, Tarte Swirl Brush is what it's called. And I'm just starting off on that upper part of my forehead. And then I'm also going to bring it on my cheek area, but I'm not really contouring because I don't know if you guys have heard, contouring is out, bronzing is back. Yes. I am then going to use the Tarte Park Ave Princess Amazonian Clay Waterproof Bronzer. This is the one that actually has a little bit of shimmer in it. I have been loving using a shimmery bronzer. There's one from Hourglass that I am just obsessed with, but I got this as like a little sample in an Ipsy bag a while ago, and when I first got it, because it had the shimmer in it, I thought I would never ever use it, but I am super glad I held on to it because it's awesome. This is a much more affordable option if you're wanting to try out a shimmery bronzer. And you guys, this brush, it is so good. It makes everything go so quickly, and it is so freaking soft. Oh, yes. I'm going to use a blush from the Urban Decay Gwen Stefani collaboration palette, and I'm not sure which one. I'm gonna go in with a mixture of both Cherry and Easy. Okay guys, I am super excited to highlight my face because I cannot get enough of this Bobbi Brown highlighting powder in Pink Glow. It is so beautiful. I posted a photo on Instagram of me using this highlighter and I just, oh my gosh, I cannot get enough of it. So I'm just going to take this little Real Technique setting brush and I'm just going to swirl my brush right in there. And I am just going on the highest part of my cheekbones. And seriously, this blush, it has that pink undertone to it. So if you have super, super fair skin, I would highly recommend this highlighter just because it's not going to make you look muddy at all the way that sometimes those more like golden shades can. So this is just like my newest fave. I cannot get enough. Oh yeah. I am now filling in my brows. I am going to use this brow beater pencil from Urban Decay. Mine is in the shade, like flashing y'all. Mine is in the shade Neutral Brown. This is an amazing brow pencil. I really love the spoolie on it. So I am just going to quickly fill these in. I always like to take a brush after I do my eyebrows and just kind of like zhuzh it into like that very front part, like the innermost part of my eyebrows. I just think it makes it look it makes it look a lot more natural if this part isn't like super defined. To set my eyebrows, which this is like a new thing for me, I've been loving setting my eyebrows lately. I'm going to take this Gimme Brow from Benefit. Mine is in the shade Medium Deep. And I really like this product. It adds a little bit of color and pigmentation to the brows, and it also keeps them in place. This is just like a mini little sample size, but I'm definitely going to get the full size when I run out of this one. Because I actually have been liking using this just on its own as well. If I'm just like running out the door quickly, it is so easy to just put a little bit of this in your brows, and it really helps to define them, but it takes literally no time. And now for the Too Faced Bonbons palette, I am going to start off by using the shade Divinity, which is just kind of like the matte highlighting shade in the palette, and using kind of a flat brush, I am just going to put that all over my lid space so that we have a nice base to work with. If this shade is too light for your skin tone, just use any sort of skin tony-ish shade, or a little bit lighter would work too. It smells so good. I'm going to start off with the shade Almond Truffle, it's called. It is just this beautiful grayish brown shade, and I'm taking it on a big fluffy brush and I'm just putting that into my crease area. Switching to a slightly smaller blending brush, I am going to go in with Mocha. It is a little bit deeper than what we just used, so I'm just going to add a little bit of depth. A little bit of depth. And then switching to even a smaller brush, this is called the Base Shadow Brush from Real Techniques. It has a bit more of like a tapered point to it. I'm going to take the shade Bordeaux, which, oh my gosh, I am obsessed with this color. It's like a reddish brown. It reminds me a little bit of Cocoa Bear from Makeup Geek, so if you have that one, you can use that as well. And I am going to focus this directly in the crease area. I like to keep my eyes looking straight out when I do this so that I can feel exactly where that crease area is. So you can see I'm really just kind of like wedging the brush in there. Using a flat brush, I am going to put Molasses Chip all over my lid. This is such a gorgeous shade. It's like a goldeny, like bronze shade. It is stunning, and I have been using it all the time. And then I'm going back to that tapered blending brush and using the shade Dark Truffle. It is the deepest shade in this palette and it has a tiny bit of shimmer in it, but I'm just going to put that on the very outer part of my lid area just to keep things, you know, spicy. Like, why am I holding it like this? I am now going to take this black kohl eyeliner pencil and just put that into my waterline. And then using a little pencil brush, I'm going to go into Mocha and I am just going to be smudging that all along the lower lash line. I am going to go back into Divinity and just use that to highlight under my brow bone, especially just at that very highest point. And I also like to bring it down a little bit to make sure all of the blended shadows kind of melt and mesh together. And I would normally use the same shade to highlight my inner corner, but I think I'm actually going to switch it up and go with Satin Sheets, which is the other big highlighting shade in the palette, and I am going to put that on my inner corner because it has a really beautiful kind of pink sheen to it, and I think it'll just, you know, bring a lot of light to them eyes. And I am going to apply a little bit of mascara, and I'm going to put on some lashes, and I'm going to do that off camera just because it takes a while for me to get that all, you know, looking great. So before I do that, I am going to put on this Revlon Ultra HD matte lip color in the shade 630 Seduction. I have been wearing this lip color basically every day, so I wanted to put it on in this tutorial, and I really like these lip colors. I highly recommend. Okay, lip color on, I will be right back. So I put my lashes on. I used the style D119 from Dodo lashes. I really like them. They're just kind of natural and wispy looking. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Let me know if you have the Chocolate Bonbons palette or if you think that you want to get it. I hope you guys are all having an amazing day. Please subscribe. It means so much to me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Hi guys, today's video is going to be a quick review on this new highlighting palette from Tarte. This is called